Power Rankings time, presented by our friends at Toyota. This is a very scientific process, Michael Hawley. I must tell you, there are many inputs and variables and analytics that go into this formula, which is highly effective when the time comes to decide which team will beat another, neutral site or no. I go with my gut feeling in the aftermath of the Sunday games. I usually do this in the first half of the Monday night game. I try to make it fit. There is no rhyme or reason to it. People love them. People hate them. People love to hate them. This is this week's. And the problem is some of the best teams lost. So the Bills get bumped up. The Bucs get bumped up. The Bucs can't hide anymore. The Bucs beat the Lions. The Bucs are undefeated. The Bucs look pretty good. They made it to the final 8 last year, and they brought everybody back. How do you feel about the Buccaneers at number 3?
I like it. The Falcons, a lot of people have the Falcons just winning the South, not even with any regard for the Bucs. I'm proud of you, though, Mike, because I know the Bucs are your team. You picked them to beat the Lions. That came out to be a great prediction for you. The Bucs at number 3, that's probably the highest anybody would have Tampa at number 3. So this scientific poll, I can see your fingerprints all over it. The science of, I like the Bucs. And I see your Vikings over there just a whisper away from the top 10, going up 13 spots. I like
kept them very low.
I
wasn't a believer in the Vikings going into the season. On paper, they're the worst team in the division. On paper, the Steelers are the worst team in their division, and they're the two teams in those divisions that are 2-0. The Steelers are number 7, and people are like, they've hardly scored any points. They've hardly allowed any points. It's all about winning games, and the Steelers have won, and they may be able to keep it going. So 9 unbeaten teams. I try not to have like all the unbeaten teams at the top. Like there are some teams with a loss that have made it into the top 10 or stayed in the top 10. But, there's no denying this, Michael. The Chiefs are the best team, and everybody else is just like competing for the privilege of losing to the Chiefs in the playoffs or the Super Bowl.
That's right. You got the right number 1 team. Curious, though, about number 8. I know we'll probably talk about it another time. Number 8, Philadelphia. I don't know. That loss the other night seemed very familiar. Should have had it, and you wind up with the loss. Not a good sign for the Eagles.
Oh, I agree with you. They may be 8 on their way to 18. The way that they looked the other night, because the same issues from last year still kind of lingering. And Devin McCourty and I spent first hour of the program yesterday. Now, we tried to focus on the positives with the Falcons first, but we eventually got to the negatives, and there were plenty with the Eagles that they got to get fixed because they go to New Orleans this week and Tampa next week. They got their hands full. And I think they have their bye after that. So they've got a lot of work to do the next 2 weeks. We need to take a break. We got some more work to do. Before we wrap things up, we'll be back with more PFT Live right after this. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.